Hello, friends. Today, let's take a look at the Shohei Ohtani 2018 Topps Chrome rookie card number 150 in a PSA 10 grade. Let's decide what it's worth, what our exit point and entrance point might be on a card such as this. So first things first, the card itself. Classic, beautiful. It says pitching motion. I personally prefer getting, when I get my hands on an Ohtani, a picture of him pitching over hitting. I know, but it's just kind of where I see his greatness at. Creates a great card, in my opinion. But onto the graph real quick, we see relative consistency right around that 190 range. We do have a few peaks and valleys here that are interesting because they happened on the same day. They happened pretty much back to back. You got to buy it now. That happened at $249.99. And a bidding war that was not so much of a war. It was a 154, so pretty affordable when you think of it that way. Yeah, steal of a deal there, truthfully. Beyond that, though, we're seeing consistency throughout. Let's look at the data set here just to address what our average worth would be on this card, as well as entrance and exit points. So first, we got 15 data points here. This is our data set of recent eBay sales. In the blue, you're going to see $197.80, and this price represents the average amount that a bidder would have had to have paid in order to win an auction. So a shy, $2.20 below 200. Now, when you consider the total all-in value of 201, that includes the shipping, and so really everybody's paying about $201 in order to get their hands on this card. Now, is that what the value of the card is? Some people at a card show might want to convince you that by pulling out comps, but I'm going to tell you this. Make sure you're thinking about the fees that are associated with selling cards such as this. So on average, it's about 13, 14, 15%. Is what auction sites are taking off the top, and $171.29 is what the sellers are actually bringing home. Now, I would put this as pretty close to what the value of this card is if you wanted to get in on averages, but I don't want to be a part of the 50%er because I want to be that guy that gets the best deal. So let's talk about entrance points here. So I usually like to be in the bottom 33%. So the bottom third of sales in order to get my hands on this card. So we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at 164.53. Again, consistency in this card is key. So we're only, about $6, $7 shy of that orange number, which means we're going to have a hard time finding some wiggle room beyond the average. Consistency is key in a card like this, and I would imagine it's going to stay like that for quite some time. So red, green, yellow, these are my potential offers. Of course, if I see it at a dealership, I'm going to try to offer the 70% of the average price point. So $138.46, I would pretty much guarantee you're going to get rejected pretty quickly at that number. But it does leave you some leeway to do negotiations. I'd be more than happy to hit this about 150 number. And if I got my hands on this card in PSA 10 grade, I'd walk away a happy camper because, that'll leave me some wiggle room. 158.24, close enough to that 1/3, but still, I think this is my hard stop. Just because I'd rather take my time and maybe find this card at a cheaper price somewhere else. So one thing about this is all of these numbers were taken within just a few days of each other. So there certainly is no lack of potential as far as getting your hands on one. It's whether or not you're getting in at the top, middle, or bottom. That's the biggest concern. So as far as resale is concerned, again, I like to be in the top the most expensive third. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That brings me to right around 202.50. And, if you can get your hands on it at that 148, 150 price point, that certainly leaves plenty of options and opportunities for you to pull out some profit. So if you were able to sell at this price point, you'd be getting about 175.37, which in the end nets you about $25 in profit. So again, with the way these cards are moving, you could certainly find yourself a steal of a deal in an auction site or in person at a card show. But the value in this card is going to be how easily you can unload it. And I think you can easily unload this over $200 every day of the week and make a little bit of profit. So that's my entrance and exit point. It's also what I think this card is worth. Let me know what you think down below.